Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We are officially Drive Media, so no more of that boosted four-cylinder stuff. So pretty excited to be moving forward with that title. Today we are going to be talking about what the heck happened to GM. So when I say that, you might be wondering what did happen to GM, and what I'm really talking about is the fact that they don't have any affordable performance cars anymore. In the early 2000s, they were coming out with all these kind of risky but super fun and affordable cars that people could buy. A couple of examples of that is the Chevy Cobalt SS, the Saturn Ion Redline, Pontiac Solstice, Pontiac G6 GXP, the Chevrolet SSR, super weird car. But sadly, all of these cars got the axe and they're no longer in production. And I am actually very sad about this because especially the Chevy Cobalt SS was one of my favorites. So why did they stop making them though? These cars were, especially towards the end of their production, were super sought after. They were fast, they were cheap, and actually the Chevy Cobalt SS held the record, the fastest record on the Nürburgring, probably saying that wrong, for a front-wheel drive vehicle until it was broke by the Honda Civic Type R. That's how cool these cars are. So why did GM stop making them? So going back to the early 2000s, GM was willing to take a lot more risks on vehicles. And that's kind of why like the Chevrolet SSR came out. I mean, it was just a super funky looking truck slash car thing, and it was like kind of a testament to the old styling of the 1950s and how trucks looked back then. Fun fact though is that they're actually quite sought after nowadays, and they even came at one time with an LS2 engine. Pretty fast. The early 2000s was also the scene of Tuna Cars coming out, especially with the Fast and the Furious movies. Every company was trying to get that car out there that young drivers were going to want to have. A couple of examples of other tuner cars that were available is the Dodge SRT4, Dodge Caliber SRT4, and the Ford Focus SVT, though that was a little bit in the earlier 2000s. But just to get into, for you to realize what we're really missing out on nowadays, let me just talk about the Chevy Cobalt SS and the Saturn Ion Redline. They originally started production in 2004 with the SS and Redline trims. They started with a 205 horsepower supercharged inline 4 with 200 foot-pounds of torque mated to a 5-speed manual. You could even get a competition package, as it was called on the Redline, in 2005 that added an LSD, bucket seats, and some more sportier stuff on it. There was even options in the Chevy Cobalt SS to get Recaro seats, and each car had stage 1, 2, and 3 kits offered from GM. And you could see horsepower gains all the way up to 260, and if you did 100 octane, I believe, you could see as high as 290. So these cars could get up super fast. They were made to be tuner cars. They were made for you to do upgrades to them, and that's what the whole market was all about. In 2007, the Ion was cut and production stopped, and the Cobalt SS was uncertain if it would go in production for the next year. But in late 2008, luckily, they came out with the SS, and it was way better than before. This time around, instead of a supercharger, they did a turbocharger, and it came with 260 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque with the same 5-speed manual transmission. But it came like completely track ready. There was Brembo brakes, an LSD, I'm pretty sure came standard. I mean, the top speed of it was 155 miles per hour. And this car, I think brand new, cost $25K. So like you were getting a insane performance package for that money. Like it was insane. And I remember as a kid, this was the car I wanted as my first car. I was like, this is what I want. Fortunately, I never got one of those, but I do have a Chevy Sonic. In 2009, they even offered no lift shift and launch control. But sadly, in 2010, the SS saw its end. Wow, I'm just full of rhymes today. So pretty much why GM stopped making these cars was because of the 2008 crash. They had to get bailed out, and they no longer could afford to take risky investments in cars. So the performance division of GM was just blown to bits, in my opinion. I mean, they stopped making anything that was like an entry-level performance car, and it's just plain sad. Since then, GM has not come out with anything that's been fun and affordable, sadly, and I really think that they should have a car that is an entry-level performance car. Just about any other brand has it. Sadly, Ford just canceled the Ford Focus ST, so that's kind of sad. I guess all these brands are just going downhill. And though GM's performance division was pretty much just blown to bits in my opinion, they did come out in 2014, I believe, with the Chevy SS. And this car was actually pretty good. So basically what it had is it had 415 horsepower V8. It was rear-wheel drive, and it had magnetic ride suspension. And actually what I've been told is that this car is insanely good. And if you can find one, buy one, because it's going to go up in price. They also came out with the Regal GS, and that came with Brembo brakes, and I believe it had a turbocharged engine. But still, it just wasn't that super all-around performance package, and neither one of those cars were very affordable. So, GM, if you're watching this, you guys need to make an entry-level performance car. Even if it has to be electric, just something that is performance driven. Because you guys can do performance, but you haven't done it for a while. So do it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I really wish GM made fun and affordable performance cars. I know definitely within a few years I'll probably, alright, not in a few years, but in the future I am going to get a Corvette C8. Because those things are sick. If you want to see more videos like this, and also to keep up to date with my Chevy Sonic build, I'll be posting another video in the next couple weeks. So please like and subscribe, helps me out. Bye.